In today's video, we are going to talk about another Earth. Before we proceed with the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification icon so you won't miss any video. Rhoda Williams, Britt Marling, is a passionate high school student and astronomer, recently admitted to MIT. She hangs out with friends and drives home drunk. She listens to a story on her car radio about a planet that has just appeared, looks out the window of her car until she looks at the stars, and unintentionally hits her car with a car parked at a crossroads, putting John Burroughs, William Mapother, in a coma, killing his pregnant wife and son. Rhoda faces up 4 years in prison, as she is a minor. Her identity was not questioned in papers. After serving her prison sentence, Rhoda is picked up by her parents to live with them. Radio broadcasts provide more details about another planet, which has been very close to the past 4 years and is now clearly visible in the midday sky. It is a complete copy of the Earth, with continents, cities, seas, and everything. Scientists are trying to communicate, but they are having difficulty spreading all the signals from Earth 2, as they call themselves. Rhoda's brother tells of an essay competition sponsored by billionaire businessman Keith Harding, which sponsors a space shuttle to Earth 2 and offers a free ticket to someone passionate about joining. Rhoda prefers not to use her old room, but to take a cool roof instead. As a former prisoner, she knows she will no longer be accepted at MIT, so she accepted a job as a security guard at a local school. Wanting to clean things with her hands, but not thinking too much, she builds something of a report on an old blind janitor named Purdy, Kumar Palana, but avoids contact with others as much as possible. After cleaning the school for a while, she returns home one day after work and then goes to a crossroads where she has caused a fatal accident. She sees John Burroughs placing one of his son's toys on the edge in memory of his deceased family. She follows him home, but not knowing what to do. She stays outside, partially undressing and exposing herself to the cold while watching Earth 2. She is found before she freezes until she dies and is treated with a small amount of ice. While recovering, Rhoda enters the essay competition, explaining how as a former prisoner, she is released from many rights. However, in the early days of shipping, it was common for prisoners who dared to go to unknown places and were among the first to enter the New World. So this would make her a candidate for the first time to visit World 2. Rhoda conducted an online search of John Burroughs, discovering that he had been a famous composer and musician. She also learns that John has risen from a coma when his entire family has been buried. Filled with feelings of guilt, she returns to John's home, hoping to apologize for the damage. She answers the door in disbelief. Instead, she pretends to be a maid, offering a free cleaning day as a marketing tool for Main Haven, a New Haven-based maid service. John, who almost gave up his music career at Yale and now lives in a stressful and dirty environment, agrees to be offered by Rhoda. She starts cleaning, and John realizes that she is interested in a telescope lying in one of the rooms. When she finished, John, still unaware that she was the one who had killed his wife and son, asked her to return the following week. Rhoda tells him that someone is coming, but it may not be her. Back home, Rhoda's brother shares the news that he has been welcomed to UConn. Rhoda makes a confessional speech for the next time that she meets John Burroughs. She returns to his house, but immediately puts her to work, not giving her a chance to say much. After her cleaning, she hands him a check and shows her out, again ignoring her identity. Television broadcasts show the scientists' successful attempt to send a signal to Earth 2. One of them eventually made contact with another person on the other side. Not only are English-speaking people there, one scientist was shocked to discover that the woman he was talking to was her direct copy in all respects. The same name, date, place of birth, and even work and childhood memories are the same. Rhoda's family, however, thinks it's just silly nonsense. Rapid broadcast raises scientific controversy. Naturalists claim that Earth 2 is a mirror planet, a direct copy of our planet, including all inhabitants. Philosophers offer the opportunity for a person to meet and speak with their copy, a person who is the same but who has lived a different life. Rhoda cleans John's house and builds a caring relationship with him. They love each other and are smart and go along with the conversation. Rhoda wants to work for him as he slowly emerges from his depression and finds another joie de vivre. They play a video game, and John lets Rhoda watch Earth 2 at his telescope. Afterward, he takes her home, where they discuss their potential copies of Earth 2. When asked what she would say to her copy, Rhoda replies, "I'll be lucky next time," before she says she can't talk anymore. As she leaves, John realizes that he does not know her name, so he tells her that it is Rhoda. Also, there is no blame on John. At work, it seems that Pradeep sees how Rhoda argues. He tells her to keep her mind clear so that she can have peace of mind. At John's house, they arrive with the story of the first voyage to Earth 2. Rhoda tells the story of an astronaut traveling alone in space, suffering from a loud noise that he could not stop. To keep his mind healthy, the astronaut decides to listen to the sound as if it were music, to find peace of mind. She tells him the story, but John hesitates about the trip. He uses Plato's metaphor for the cave as a symbol of how mankind may be unprepared to see that they are no longer like others because they still believe that they are the center of the universe. When John knows that Rhoda has washed his clothes, perhaps from his late wife, he gets angry and tells Rhoda to leave. The radio debate also warns of the potential dangers of Earth 2 because it also has people with similar weapons availability and a relatively suspicious environment, which are the right ingredients for conflict and guaranteed destruction. At work, Rhoda inquires about Purdy, who is in a hospital. He puts bleach in his ears, as he is said to be tired of seeing himself everywhere. Outside, she sees John. She gives quick explanations and accepts his apology for his previous anger. He invites her to his university, where he gives her a private concert for a new music song he has been composing. After that, they go home, where they finally let go of their feelings and have sex. John recounts how he was finally satisfied with his life when a drunk driver killed his wife, his son, and his unborn daughter. When he awoke, he was so angry with the wrongdoer that he allowed his brother to go to court, and he did not learn the identity of that man from his youth on. Again, Rhoda doesn't dare to confess. Rhoda goes to the hospital to meet Purdy. He was deaf and blind, thinking to hear a clarification for her actions. She hugs him, and he quickly guesses why she was there and tells her that she knows why he did it. She writes the word forgive in the palm of his hand, making the old man cry. Rhoda returns home to find that people from the space shuttle have called. She calls and is answered by Keith Harding, who says he was touched by her encouragement. He sympathizes with her, pointing out that he once came close to being a prisoner himself, so the seat on the plane to another Earth is hers. She goes to John to tell him that she has won a space shuttle and that she is preparing for a training program at the Mojave Desert. John seems enthusiastic at first, but asks what agreement and funeral arrangements he should make in case she doesn't get on the plane. Finally, he goes outside and asks her not to leave, because they are so close now. She says she will tell them a story, and if he still wants her to stay after that, she will stay. She tells him how she had been so ignorant, and in the negligence, she killed his wife and son. When she approached him to apologize, she lied in the hope that he would improve his life, but now she is afraid that she is doing this to make herself fit in with what she has done. Frustrated by this confession, John angrily forces her out of his house. Rhoda returns home, only to discover that the media has found her to be the winner of a space flight and that she is a prisoner. She is full of questions from reporters around her house who fled inside. Her parents are upset that she didn't say this to them and want to know what she plans to do. On television, they heard the idea that the inhabitants of the Earth mirror were like those on our Earth in every way until they heard about the existence of another. From that point on, the same people on a different Earth may have begun to deviate in small ways, changing their actions and perhaps the course of their lives. Rhoda returns to John, but John refuses to open the door for her. She enters through the window and tells John about the evolutionary theory, which probably happened 4 years ago, and she shows him a ticket to another Earth. She tells John that his wife and son may still be alive on Earth too, and then leave. 4 months later, Rhoda changed the roof of her old room and watched a news program about the space shuttle to Earth 2 scheduled for a few days. She sees John giving a conversation, received aviation training in space in the Mojave Desert, and says he feels privileged and proud to be among the first to go. Rhoda is joyful, and after completed work, she leaves to go home. As she approaches his back door, she is startled by a puzzling sight: her same copy from another Earth standing in front of her. She is wearing a fashionable dress that contrasts sharply with her casual attire, suggesting that her twin has been in better health over the past 4 years. So, we've come to the end of our today's video. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. Till next time.